Welcome to the Artwork of You, the podcast where your life is the canvas and you are the masterpiece. I'm your host, Lori Gouhin, and together we'll explore creativity, self-awareness, mindset, goal strategy, and the importance of accountability so that you can paint your life's portrait with confidence and ease. Remember, in the gallery of life, you're not just a spectator, you are the art. So let's grab our brushes and start creating the masterpiece that is you. Hello, my friends. I am so glad that you are here with me today because today I want to talk about Matthew McConaughey and having a three-pillar approach to life. Why? Because I recently saw a video of Matthew's 2014 Oscar acceptance speech, and it really got me thinking. And so if you haven't seen it or if you don't remember it, it went something like this. With his signature charm and down-to-earth delivery, he shared a simple, yet in my opinion, profound philosophy that really struck a chord with me, and no doubt with countless others, as he explained that what allows him to do what he does is really threefold. One, the importance of having someone to look up to. Two, something to look forward to. And three, someone to chase. And so the first idea, having someone to look up to, is about finding inspiration in others, whether it's a higher being such as God, which Matthew said he looks up to, or a mentor, a family member, or even a public figure, because these role models can guide us and show us what's possible. The second concept, having something to look forward to, revolves around our goals and our aspirations. And these are the things that get us out of bed in the morning, the dreams that keep us going, even when times are tough. And Matthew spoke of his family and credited them for the reason he pursues his goals. And lastly, the idea of having someone to chase. And he talked about chasing his future self, a better, wiser version of himself that's always 10 years down the road. So someone to chase isn't about comparing yourself to others, but about continuously striving to improve and grow. And when I recently heard this speech, it really made me think about my own life. Who are my role models? What are my goals? Who is the future version of myself that I'm chasing? And moving forward, I'm going to keep these questions in mind to help guide my journey. And you can do the same if you like. So let's dive into the first pillar, someone to look up to. Having someone to look up to is really important for our personal growth and self-improvement because role models really can provide us with a roadmap for what's possible, and they can inspire us to reach higher and push further than we ever thought that we could. They can serve as a tangible example of success, integrity, and resilience, and they have qualities we admire and aspire to develop within ourselves. So when we have someone to look up to, we gain more than just a source of inspiration. We get a guide who can show us the way through their experiences, struggles, and triumphs. Consider how athletes look up to sports legends, and artists admire the great masters, or entrepreneurs follow in the footsteps of successful business leaders. These role models set standards, and they provide a clear vision of what can be achieved with hard work, dedication, and creativity. So think about someone in your life who has made a significant impact on you. For me, at this stage in my entrepreneurial journey, I would have to say it's my coach, Siegel, because he's taught me through his example what it really looks like to be authentic and what it means to truly build community. And his book, The Reinvention Formula, is so down to earth and written in a way that it really does make you feel like your goals are possible too. And aligning myself with him has brought me incredible opportunities, and it's allowed me to meet some of the most talented people in the personal development industry. He's taught me a lot, and I continue to learn from him daily. So finding the right role model, it's not always so straightforward, but it is really incredibly rewarding. And so I want to offer you some tips to help you identify and connect with people who can inspire and guide you. First, I'd say identify your values. Look for role models who embody the values and the qualities that you admire most, whether it's their work ethic, their creativity, their kindness, or resilience, because these traits should really resonate with who you are. And then look around. Role models don't have to be famous. Sometimes the most influential people are those that are closest to us. They could be family members, friends, teachers, colleagues, and their everyday actions and attitudes can provide powerful lessons for you and also inspiration. Or like me, you can seek out experts. In today's connected world, you can learn from industry leaders and experts through books, podcasts, online courses, social media. So identify individuals who have achieved success in areas that you're passionate about and follow their work. And don't be afraid to reach out, whether it's through a comment on social media, an email, attending events where they're speaking, or joining their communities, because engaging with your role models can really lead to valuable mentorship, advice, and opportunities. And that's exactly what I did. And another opportunity that was presented to me was actually partnering with my coach, Craig, and coming on to do one-on-one coaching with some of the students in his membership. That would have never happened if I didn't first join his membership, reach out to him about coaching, and continue to build a bond in a relationship that was mutually beneficial. And so once you've identified your role models, take the time to study their path. What challenges did they face? And how did they overcome them? What habits and routines contributed to their success? How did they handle failures and setbacks? And then use these insights to inform your own journey. For instance, if you admire someone's dedication to personal growth, try incorporating similar practices into your routine. If a role model's creativity inspires you, explore ways to nurture your own creative side. And remember, having someone to look up to isn't just about admiring them from afar. It's about using their path as a catalyst for your own growth. Let their stories fuel your ambition and remind you that greatness is achievable. And as you progress, you'll often find that you become a role model for others, perpetuating a cycle of inspiration and improvement. And so now let's move on to the second pillar, which is something to look forward to. Having something to look forward to is one of the most motivating and exciting parts of life. It gives us a reason to get up in the morning and keep us going, even when things get tough. Think about it. When you have a vacation planned or a big event or just even a fun weekend with your friends planned, doesn't it make everything seem a little bit brighter? So let's talk about why it is so important to have something to look forward to and how we can create that sense of anticipation in our lives daily. But first, I want to share a little bit of a story. My oldest daughter, so she always got so excited about upcoming events when she was younger, and she still does. So much excitement and anticipation. But on the flip side, she would also get really disappointed when she was younger if plans didn't work out or if they had to change for some reason. So I eventually stopped telling her about plans ahead of time because I didn't want to risk her disappointment. And I thought I was doing something good. But after a while, she started to almost express disappointment at not knowing ahead of time. She would say things like, "Why didn't you tell me?" And I would explain that I wasn't sure it was going to happen or I wanted to surprise you. And then she would always tell me that she liked to have things to look forward to. She was young, and honestly, it took me a while to really hear her and understand that it truly was a big part of who she was and what she needed. And I certainly didn't realize at the time that it was something we all need. Because anticipation is a powerful thing. When we have something to look forward to, it gives us hope and it keeps us energized. Without something exciting on the horizon, life can really start to feel a bit dull and monotonous. But when we have something to look forward to, every day becomes a step closer to that exciting moment. So think about, when was the last time you were really excited about something in the future? For me, something recent that comes to mind was our family trip to Colorado in January. We went for a wedding and for a family ski trip. And knowing that we were all going to be together and on the mountain skiing and snowboarding together really lessened my sadness during the holidays, because when I would think about my two oldest daughters returning to the cities where they live and my youngest daughter returning to college after the holiday, I would get sad because I would miss them. But knowing we would be together again in a few weeks really alleviated that this holiday season. Now, that being said, you don't have to wait for a big event to have something to look forward to. You can plan small treats. They don't have to be extravagant. It could be something as simple as planning a movie night, a special dinner, or a day trip to a place you've always wanted to visit, because small things can also bring a lot of joy. You can challenge yourself to try something new, like maybe a new hobby or learning a new skill or starting a creative project. And you can plan for your future self. Think about where you want to be in a year or two. What can you do now to start working towards that? Maybe it's taking a course or saving up for something special, creating a business, or making changes to your lifestyle. It really doesn't matter, because living with something to look forward to really does make life more exciting and enjoyable. It adds a sense of purpose, and it can make the everyday grind feel more worthwhile. And finally, the third pillar, which is someone to chase. Now, the idea of having someone to chase might sound a bit unusual at first, but it really is an incredibly powerful concept. When Matthew McConaughey talked about it in his speech, he shared that the person he was chasing was himself 10 years down the road. He said this was his way to stay motivated and continuously strive for improvement. And so what does it mean to chase yourself? And how can this idea help you to become the best version of yourself? Chasing your future self means having a vision of who you want to become and constantly striving to reach that ideal version of you. So it's not about competing with others, but rather about being in competition with yourself. This future self is always a few steps ahead, and it is encouraging you to grow and to learn and to improve. Think about who you were 5 or 10 years ago. How much have you grown since then? For me, when I look back at 2018, when I first put my paintings out into the world, reminds me how far I've come and how much I've grown. That insecure and uncertain girl who felt like an imposter and hoped for validation, she is long gone. And thinking about this helps me understand that my future self will be even more evolved if I keep striving. And so why do you want to chase your future self? When you have a future version of yourself to chase, you're always looking for ways to improve. And this keeps you from becoming complacent and encourages ongoing personal growth. Having someone to chase, especially when that someone is your ideal self, provides internal motivation because you're driven by your own aspirations and dreams, not by external pressures or trying to keep up with the Joneses or the Bermans, as my mother would say. Chasing your future self will also help you hold yourself accountable because you're more likely to stay true to your goals and make choices that align with the person you want to become. In other words, your future self. So spend some time thinking about who do you want to be in 1, 3, or 5 years? What do you look like? What have you achieved? What qualities or habits do you possess? Where do you live? Who are your friends? Where are you vacationing? The clearer your vision, the easier it will be to chase it. And so write it down as well. You can also write a letter to your future self. Describe a day in the life of future you, or make a list of the goals you've completed and the traits that you've acquired. This will make your vision more tangible, and it will give you a reference point to keep coming back to. And just like with goals, a vision board can also be a powerful tool. Fill it with images, quotes, symbols that represent your future self, and place it somewhere where you'll see it all the time so that it keeps your vision top of mind. And to make progress, you can break down your vision into smaller, achievable milestones, because these mini goals will help you stay on track, help you progress, and keep you motivated. Also identify the habits and routines your future self would have and start incorporating them into your daily life now, whether it's something like exercising regularly, possibly reading more, or practicing mindfulness. These habits will help you bridge the gap between your present and your future self. And then regularly reflect on your progress. Are you getting closer to your vision? What's working well and what needs to change? And then adjust your actions and your goals as they're needed to stay on track. And also keep in mind that chasing your future self isn't just about achievements and habits. It's really about how you see yourself and how you present yourself to the world. And so to wrap it up, Matthew McConaughey's wisdom about having someone to look up to, something to look forward to, and someone to chase offers, in my opinion, a powerful framework for living a fulfilling and motivated life. Because by identifying role models, creating exciting plans, and continually striving to become the best version of yourself, you can literally turn each day into a meaningful step towards your dreams. Think about who inspires you, what excites you, and the future version of yourself that you're chasing. Use it for inspiration to guide you through your challenges and help you create a life that's true to your unique vision. And so take a moment today to reflect, set your sights high, and start moving towards the incredible future that awaits you. I say, cheers to the journey ahead and the amazing masterpiece you're becoming. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Reach out to me on social media and share. That's a wrap for today, my friends. Thank you for sharing your time with me. And remember to show up in your life like the masterpiece you are, because you are the artwork. Please subscribe and leave a 5-star review. Have a fabulous day.